Hello, everybody! Should be live in a moment.
Captain Blue!
Yes, Alexis is playing Viewtiful Joe for all of us. The GameCube version, because I did not know there was a PS2 version that John actually has, but we were all set up for the Wii version, and anyway, the Wii, streaming anyways.
Captain Blue fights with every ounce of his being. He fights against the dark forces of evil for what is right. This is all that Blue has ever wanted, to do the right thing.
Come on, Blue! You have to save the world! We can't do it without you!
Joe, is this your idea of a date movie? I had a more romantic time eating popcorn in the lobby. Joe, honey, oh, why don't you show me some off-screen action?
Whoa, Sylvia! Cut it out! I said cut it out! They don't show these old movies all the time, you know? I've been looking forward to this forever.
Well, I've been looking forward to this for a long time, too. We haven't been out on a date in forever.
Hey, stop that! That's
Theater reviews, I think you mentioned this game in your Wonderful 101 review. Is it another Token-inspired game? Wonderful 101 is a spiritual successor to Viewtiful Joe. It uses the same art style, it has the same production staffs, everything along that. It's owned by Platinum Games instead of Capcom. I guess it's Hideki Kamiya.
Yeah.
Go away!
Come on!
And thus, Captain Blue was brought to his end. Goodbye, beautiful world. Nothing will ever be the same again.
Oh, man. I missed the most important part.
Also, it's astounding that this got a 51-episode anime series. Butchered by 4 kids.
Because this flick hit the screens way back when we were still little babies.
But that guy in the blue mask, I know I've seen him somewhere.
The girl is mine, and shall serve as the object of my revenge.
Wow, that was unreal.
Talk about total film immersion.
Wow, it's just like 3D. It's like I'm being pulled into the screen.
I didn't even need 3D goggles.
Well, what's happening?
Ah, my eyes. The goggles, they do nothing.
Ow!
Dear Crystal, can this relationship be saved?
It's...
Look, we're not paying for all those seats. Down in front.
Joe the hero.
Hey, wait a minute. Am I inside the movie?
Correct, my young friend. I am Captain Blue. I am no longer able to fight because I have been defeated. You must take my place as the new action hero.
That voice, it really...
The last action hero.
I knew that was coming.
Whoa! Hey, can I get your autograph?
No, I am already gone. I beg of you to take up the torch of justice, young movie lover. Now go. The world is in danger. Your lady friend is waiting for you.
Cool. A real V-Watch. I always wanted to try one on. Toe!
3, 2, 1. Woo!
Dear Crystal, why isn't there an HD remaster of this in 2? Because Capcom being dumb. Like, I've been watching a few videos about Capcom's nonsense with their re-releases, and apparently, like, because Kamiya does Platinum Games stuff, this game will never pass the Capcom test of some type of re-release or redistribution or hype test.
And we're playing on the easy mode today, folks, just for the sake of
Actually playing the game.
yeah, because like in order to really unlock stuff in this game, you have to beat it on harder difficulty settings and stuff. But I'm interested in showing you guys the wonder of this game, so yeah. Ow. Like if this was adult, like the harder difficulty, I would have like a less big health bar, you know? And also like the weird, like A button is to jump on the GameCube controller, which is a bit weird, like, because I'm so used to like the, you know, but, you know.
And there's still a sense of the game controller layout. A is supposed to be the most used button, thus it's the biggest, and then it's easy to slide over to the others is how they're arranged, but just never quite worked out that way ergonomically.
My young Joe, it looks like you haven't awakened to your true powers as a hero. I'll show you how to be a real
Bro.
Come and
Just go for it!
So as you can see, it's a mixture of platforming and action.
Romanov, Shinta, Alex, did you ever get to check out Mashin 80 with Lobster of the Seven Spirits of Rijimaro? I just looked that up. That's the 2020 web series. No, we didn't. We never found its sub. And plus, that was 2020, the year where we were in overtime hell because we didn't get to go into quarantine.
Oh, here it comes.
Like, if it's anything 2020 related, the answer is no.
Go, baby.
Who wants some? We'll come and get it.
Yes, we have access to the power of slow motion. When you're in slow motion, all your attacks do massive amounts of damage, and certain puzzles will have to be solved by manipulating that feature.
The show is based on various token properties. Yes, that is the most obvious and easily understood thing about this game to the point that it doesn't even need to be said.
Y'all better behave yourselves or I'll whip out the fun book again.
Or I just block them from ever saying anything in this chat for this stream again.
Yummy!
Oh, Joker.
Just go for it!
Money.
Yummy! Yummy!
all moves must die.
DXTeam21, anyone here ever played Gauntlet Dark Legacy on GameCube? I played the arcade version of that.
And I first, for the context behind why I decided to play this, I first played this game at my aunt's house when I was a kid, like many years ago. And every time when I would visit, I would, I would want to play it because, well, cool superheroes and stuff like that. Little did I know that I was actually being indoctrinated into the world of Tokusatsu, because...
Beyond just Power Rangers.
Yeah, beyond just Power Rangers.
It's like, there's so many things where you don't realize it's a Japanese Toku reference. Mm-hmm. Just because we didn't have access to that content yet. Jason Palermo, hey Des, have you ever uploaded parts of your Dino Charge review sometime in the future? I've been trying for years, no luck with Toei. Also, I really hope to get back to reviewing Tokusatsu again.
I don't think I recognize that name.
Have you not been watching anything else I have been doing for the last several years? Because if you actually watched my content this year, you would know this is the final season. This is it. We're done after that. We'll still be streaming, but I'm not posting with any regularity any more scripted content. I did a lot of work for the Code Geass review. I would really like it if anyone who shows up for these streams to actually watch what I put a lot of effort into. If you want my reviews of Geats and King Odra, seriously, just watch the Code Geass reviews. I put a lot of references into that review. Specifically for that.
Just go for it!
There we go.
Dear Crystal, since the spooky month, who do you ship Iruma-kun with in Welcome Demon School? Amari. She's legitimately the only valid option.
I mean, like, have you seen how Amari reacts when he's around him? Like,
I don't get the appeal for Clara at all, and even the story there makes sense that what she feels for Iruma isn't actually romantic. It's possessive friendship.
I have to beat up the chopper.
Yeah, I wanted to charge up the VFX gauges a little bit.
Alright, yeah, move. Also, that's my favorite feature. You can, like, knock enemies into each other, and they do, like...
JX Demon, after watching that Code Geass review series, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch anything past R2. I do want to watch King Mojo now. Thank you. Romanov, I have a hard time taking Code Geass because of some dumb stuff the characters say and do. Not talking about your review, by the way, just my opinion on Code Geass. Which is fair. First season, again, as I went over the review, first season, really good. Second season, that's where the cracks start. If you watch the entire thing through, I kind of compare it in the credits as a final musing to the Highlander series, where first movie is really good, second movie breaks it, third movie is just what the hell, then you have the series, which is its own consolidated thing, which is decent, but when they bring that back in for the fourth movie, that's when they break even that, and fifth movie, nothing left of the franchise that's worth recovering.
Also, I just wanted to point out, folks, like, how long, like...
Yeah, this is the only other time I played this copy of the game back in 2013, right after I originally got it. I think I was originally going to do it for a stream. It's just, like, I never got around to it.
But look, we're in the far-off year of July 31st, 2115.
I think the time code on my Wii is off because we barely use it.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
Alright, time to get some moves. Yeah.
David saying, I just remember that there is an Iruma-kun spin-off where everyone is reimagines being in the Mafia. It's kind of bananas. I heard about that, I haven't engaged with it.
Yeah. So yeah, like, whenever you get those points after doing those missions, you can go to the shop and, like, buy stuff with them. And it's sort of encouraged for you to be as beautiful as possible so you can get it, you know.
Yeah. Two Crystal, how much did you pay to get the game? I got it at, like 2012, 2013 at a half-price book. So this is when GameCube games were ridiculously cheap. I paid about $6 for it.
Alright, so this is like another example of what I love about this game's approach to puzzles. See that? Like, because of the slow motion,
it
like,
builds up more water to flatten it.
Yeah, just make it look...
Crystal, do you find that Iruma-kun is now voicing young Shotaro Hidori in the upcoming Fujita movie? I hadn't seen a cast list for that announced that, but yeah, that fits.
Yeah, that's funny. That is extremely funny. I'm just more amused that Seto Kaiba is voicing Kokichi. Finally, Kaiba Man is real. Ow. Barrel.
Romanov, I ain't even watching new season, Rose or something, the films came out of nowhere. Oh, it's worse than that. It is immensely worse than that.
Can I talk about like one of the aspects of it that just really ticks me off?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the main villain of the show is named Roland, and for some reason, and it's revealed that he's actually a clone of Charles Z. Britannia,
aka one of the major antagonists of the Code Geass series.
And
he's dead.
Yeah, but he's Lucha's enemy, so like I do not know why Charles got cloned, but whatever. Here's the problem though. Cloning, as far as we knew, didn't exist in the oh god.
Hope you're warmed up, cause ready or not, here I come.
Yeah, basically cloning as a technology doesn't exist in the Code Geass setting, And yet, according to Rose of the Recapture, not only is cloning real, but is actually all the result of a mad scientist that was introduced in the mobile game Genesis Recode. And
Which is non-canon.
Right, but you might be asking yourself, oh cool, did they explain that in the show? No, of course! That'd be that's silly.
It's in a pamphlet that was distributed with the movie releases in Japan. They literally could not be bothered to put essential need-to-know information required to understand the story in the actual story. It's the same problem I was describing that Code Geass ended up suffering with the mainline content for a fair chunk of it. Except, it's not in any form of accessible media. Again, like what happened with, specifically, Lelouch of the Resurrection.
Okay, so now we got to one of my other favorite power-ups, the Mach Speed. Anyways, but yeah, like, I cannot fathom for the life of me why somebody in the writer's room didn't, like, said, okay, this guy's a clone, but we're not going to bother explaining how a clone is here in like the same movie or like series.
The defense of it I've seen is, well, if this is making it so that they're undoing what they did with the earlier movies and simplifying canon by saying, well, now everything is canon because all these other things that aren't part of the movie timeline now have to be canon with the movie timeline. Except that just causes so many more contradictions because a lot of those stories are contingent on things that were omitted and made not possible to happen in the movie timeline.
If you're new to these streams, we've like discussed this before, but like I will always talk about it to people who are willing to listen, just because it is so bafflingly bad in terms of storytelling, because in what universe would you reveal the villain's origin in a completely separate side material that not everybody's going to be privy to?
And they deliberately decide to write him, oh, we're not going to give him motivation so you can imply what you want about him, even though a character has to have a motivation to perform a set series of actions.
Like, there are some things that you leave up to implication, other things you can't.
Yeah, it's like, for someone who ends up having, at the end of the series, a complete kill-the-world genocide plan, you kind of need a motivation for that. For the fuck's sake, he's basically a clone of Raoul the Crusade from Gundam Seed, but without his nihilistic view on humanity that explains why he is encouraging everybody to kill themselves in one massive, all-sides, destructive genocide. And again, his motivation there is he's a defective clone who's dying, he doesn't feel that's fair, so he's gonna make it so everyone else dies alongside him. That's a motivation. That's a logical train of thought for that character in Gundam Seed. There is no such thought process for Roland in Rose of the Recapture.
Yeah, and it's just, like, look, if you want to introduce clones in the setting, that's not the problem. The problem is that you need to kind of establish these plot points ahead of time, because if you don't, they just come out of... it feels... You just Deus Ex Machina it.
There's no sense to how they come to power, no sense for why they set up where they are, no sense for why the Black Knights of the setting don't eradicate them immediately to cause the time skip to 2025 that this main series occurs in. No sense for why the main characters are the point men against them. It just don't make sense, even before you factor hard continuity things like the main character Sakia's mother actually being way, way, way too young to actually be Sakia's mother, because because her mother is one of Lelouch's younger sisters, because Lelouch only has 3 older sisters, none of which were Sakia's mom. And there's kind of a hard continuity lockout on that, because he only has 1 illegitimate sister we know of, that was discussed in the Code Geass reviews, 2 known older sisters by birth dates, and Euphemia, his oldest younger sister, is the 3rd in the birth order of the sisters. So it has to be a sister that's younger than Euphemia, but for the main character Sakia to be born in 2007 to be 17 in 2025, that means her mom is what gave birth to her at 6. That is continuity lockout.
Anyways, on to something that's actually good.
Birth Order sisters that are officially acknowledged as part of the royal family. I should rephrase that for Euphemia and the Birth Order thing.
Dark Fiend, Charles III.
This would be years before Kiva, so that's an odd coincidence. Black Citrus King. Hey Alexis, if you want to get through Charles quickly, kick the rocks without slow-mo, then Mach speed combo them.
Always go wrong once before you get to the
Who do you think you're talking? I appreciate the advice, but who are you talking to? Cracks knuckles.
Romanov, maybe Saki was just adopted. Nope. No, biological daughter of one of the sisters. It gets worse from there.
But let's table that while we... But this is why I feel like this game needs a remaster, because even as a kid, I could not understand what the monster was saying.
Yeah, so it definitely needs the bare minimum subtitles.
Yeah.
Romanov, Insaki's just pretending to be her mom because she knows no one will call her out on it because she's a princess. Again, no, it's made a major plot point that Sakia is Lelouch's niche.
Oh, this is
I always love this feature, like, just doing...
Sorry to wake you up. You can sleep as much as you
Emerald
want.
DC 46257, seeing as you're playing Viewtiful Joe, what do you guys think of its anime? It should have gotten a full run, it got scrapped because of the CW merger.
He was able to reign triumphant over the dastardly bad man, Charles III. Where could Sylvia be? Is she
Crystal, can we move on to a different topic, please?
even
Feel
alive?
uncomfortable now. Yes, please.
Intolerable anxiety tears at Joe's heart. What did they do to her?
What would be a good hero name for me? I never thought this would be so hard.
Searching for Sylvia, Joe tries to track clues as to her
Mirror,
whereabouts.
mirror on the wall, tell me
Little
where
did he
the
know
fairest
that
one
the
is all
clues
of
will
all.
only lead him to more problems. The next episode is Some Like It Red Hot. See you there.
Beautiful replaces S rank in this, and then
Yeah.
Rainbow Beautiful.
Yeah, so, like, there's Beautiful, and the Rainbow Beautiful is, like, even more... Like, Beautiful is, like, you got two Beautifuls and an A, but the Rainbow is, like, if you got all Beautiful. Because life is beautiful. In the year 2000...
AJ5 is like CW with all the DC shows, and it getting canceled? Yeah, kinda. Media reviews, lighter topic. Anybody excited for that new Sonic Shadow Generations game? We'll be playing that.
Like, apparently, not, like, at first it was just, okay, Sonic Generations plus a Shadow side story thing. Well, then eventually, Shadow's popularity grew so big that it's essentially two whole games in one game.
Again, as I joked about when I did Sonic Adventure 2, he's only the second most popular character in the whole canon. Terror Death, hey Des, I don't know if I asked you this before, sorry if I did, but I forgot what are your thoughts on the High-Nu Gun and the Nightingale as units. I bring that up in the Super Robot Wars X reviews. I don't think that part is released, but the High-Nu is my favorite Universal Century Gundam unit.
Really?
Yeah.
Some like it red hot.
The Nightingale, like, I very recently just sold the RE100 kit. It's alright. I actually think the Sazabi is a better unit overall, and the Sazabi would be even better if it just had an expanded funnel pack like the Nightingale has for the rest of it. Otherwise, the Nightingale is just too damn bulky. Backstage for King. Also, the studio Gideon didn't save any of the animations for the anime, and now it's kind of lost media, which is unfortunate. Seriously, don't. Companies need to stop doing that. speaking of Romanov, speaking of messy shows, anyone ever watched Miraculous Ladybug? That show is a mess, but I kind of like it. Not much, but I like the power system. That's the French animation one where they have the insect Henshin hero theme on it. I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of people like it, but I've heard it has problems. I saw a clip of the villain getting their wish to just save their wife, which is apparently their big motivating factor. So it's like that was an interesting twist on old tropes, but I haven't seen the full series to really have a good opinion on it. We've been asked about it before. That's kind of how we keep phrasing our position on it.
Let's take a break.
Ow. His goddamn city cowboys.
Golden Girl, I had a thought, Lulu, last night. Aside from his suicidal quest for death, why didn't Lulu use Snide as a scapegoat, forcing them all to his PS? Because that would also force him to hold Nunnally accountable for what she did during all of that, and that's kind of Lelouch's mental block on that. The entire reason he did the Zero Requiem was to take responsibility off of her, regardless of who else it actually revoked responsibility from for that entire series of actions.
The moral of the story is that you should always ground your little sister, especially if they did it bad.
Or actually leave them in the loop of what you're doing. Again, one of the big framing devices for my entire review series is Lelouch trusts in the wrong people. That's what causes most of his problems. He has legitimate reasons for his trust issues. That doesn't stop him from placing his trust in the wrong people than the ones he should have. I haven't even released the video on why Cece is the worst on that to be the biggest traitor of the main characters. Main, of course, being in air quotes because of her being a story device. Again, I continue watching the videos of the year, it'll come up.
Now let's get
Alright, Captain Blue.
Come and
Just go for it!
Dick Steeman, random thing to ask anyone here, ever watched Code Lyoko? Okay,
Oh,
if you've not seen Code Lyoko, go watch it on YouTube. The entire series is available. I actually really liked it throughout most of its run. The last season, a lot as well, considering how much they marathon through completing their storyline. Not so much Code Lyoko Evolution when they went live action. That was a mistake.
Nice try.
Even though the Evolution series, despite some continuity error, actually a assortment of continuity errors, actually does continue the storyline from the animated version.
Nice try.
Woohoo!
Ow.
Nice try. Nice try.
Hey, I've played this game. I never said I was good at this game.
More to teach you. The beautiful moves and techniques that flourish from your heroic gut instincts. Exploit them for good deeds and save this world. The world is waiting for you.
Gongar, also in the
Joe,
series Dandadan,
go
the
now.
cast includes Nana Mizuki as a
May
kicked out
hero
spirit
list
medium
be
grandma, and Luffy gobbling Tanjiro's yet the manga/anime words, not manga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nana Mizuki's been all over the place as of late. She's also Itasha in Bakage Sentai Bunbunjer, the current Sentai series, which we've been watching and enjoying.
So, yeah. Some beautiful moves. So yeah, like, now, to recap, we have slow-mo, speed up, and the zoom in. All moves that an action hero must need. Yeah, watch this.
It's fine. I think I assume the Code Lyoko Evolution is better than Reboot's live-action continuation, with live-action continuation in air quotes, because, yeah, that one was just plain awful.
Yeah, what live-action reboot? What are you talking about? That didn't...
What live-action reboot of Reboot? No, it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, what are you talking about? There's... Nothing happened. But then what about all that what about this? Nothing happened.
Bradley Harris, the only good thing about Code Lyoko Evolution was making William a proper Lyoko warrior member of the team. Yes. Considering how long he spent brainwashed, aka possessed, aka just hijacked, he deserved that.
Why is there always a sewer level?
Because there always is. Also, it's a Hideki Kamiya game. There is not a single Hideki Kamiya game that does not involve the sewers. Except possibly Bayonetta. One of the Bayonettas, I don't think they would have put her down in one of these.
Maybe like a sewer equivalent. You're all going to the sewer. We all float down here.
Romanov, I watched Char's counterattack this week, and damn, Char is acting weird. Is it because of what happened to Camille, or is it because everything a result of maternal trauma because of the Lala comment he made?
Well, okay.
It is not explained in the movie. It is not explained in any canonical material. It is because the Camille thing, but they only, as I got into in the Super Robot Wars reviews, again, it's more discussed in the X ones, Tomino only explained that in a cutscene he animated for the Zeta Gundam 10th Anniversary PlayStation game. Yes. Literally, it was years after the fact he finally explained Char's motivations, and it actually makes him out to be the good guy of the movie. At least in the context of the Federation government are tyrannical assholes who are working under illegitimate laws. Otherwise, it's trying to vilify him. Everything about Universal Century Gundam tries to vilify Char. That's kind of a problem. But anytime they try and more emphasize that fact, it just makes everyone else look more and more worse.
Okay, so how we solve this problem, you might be wondering. This is thrilling gameplay.
JX Demon, anyone have any good Gundam show recommendations? I started watching G Gundam and I'm debating on what show to watch after it, balancing between Build Fighters Only Up to Try or Double O.
I'll go with Double O next.
Yeah. It's a good contrast. I like Wing. I am a defender of the Seed series, even though I admit they have problems, Destiny especially, but, you know, Seed Freedom was a really good movie, so that is the literally most financially successful film Sunrise has ever done now. X, I think everyone should see as Gundam, because it refutes a lot of the Universal Century's crap. I also really like 8th MST. I think it's the best of the UC series. Mainly because it stays the hell away from the new type nonsense.
Dang it.
Iron Blood Orphan Season 1 was good. G-Witch was mostly good up until Sunrise screwed up the ending.
But I like the thing, like, okay, what do you like? Okay.
Let's take a break.
With G-Witch or Witch from Mercury, like Soletta and Miorine are married. That is canon. They have rings on their fingers. There is no way to misinterpret that. The problem was that afterwards, Sunrise was like, oh, their relationship's up to interpretation, and it's like...
Yeah, because they tried to walk it back and downplay that as much as they could. No one bought it.
Yeah,
in fact, Bandai had explicitly been saying, no, we're selling them as being a couple throughout the production.
In fact, like, there's like a new, there's a new Mobile Suit Gundam trading card game that Bandai's trying to do. And get this, there is a Suzetta and Miorine card that literally says the witch and her bride.
Yeah.
And it's
so it's literally everyone but the Sunrise executives, but people blame Bandai because they renamed Sunrise into Bandai Namco Studios. But it was totally a studio executive, not the greater Bandai company, and the studio executives being solely Sunrise, that were being crappy about this. It's why I continue to distinguish between what Sunrise is and what Bandai is, because a lot of the worst decisions at Bandai Namco Studios are all Sunrise executive nonsense. Also, I really recommend, if you watch the Build series, I really recommend Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. I do not recommend Divers. Divers on its own is awful. And not made any better that the same writer for that is also the Yokai Senki and Rose the Recapture writer, so it's a continuous chain of bad decisions there. But Divers Re-Rise makes it somewhat worth it to watch Divers, but you can watch Re-Rise completely on its own. Dual Bug 4, there's this forgotten sci-fi manga involving nanomachine implants named after Alice in Wonderland characters called Project Arms. It has a wonky anime by TMS Entertainment with an overview group dub. I vaguely remember Project Arms. I never watched it, but I remember it was a thing. With the late Kirby Morrow voicing the protagonist Rio. Yeah, I miss Kirby Morrow. He would appear in all sorts of things. And not just like animation and anime, he was actually a recurring background actor on the Stargate series.
Yes, like imagine why surprised when we were watching Stargate Atlantis and then he just shows up as one of the bridge guys.
Like, it is amazing how many voice actors from Gundam Wing actually show up in Stargate. On top of Gary Chalk being a recurring character that's a Russian general, with Gary Chalk, of course, being Optimus Primal and Unicron Trilogy Optimus Prime, among other roles. Itchy okay, I only watched the first half of G-Witch, and my biggest problem was there was too many characters to keep track of. Does the second part of the series fix that? Not especially. That is definitely a writing problem of Ichiro Okuchi, in that he includes more supporting characters than he should, even though they all fill a role. Basically, the entire issue is they're not important characters, so most of them you don't actually need to know or remember the names of. Like, all the different, political factions. They're actually just the same group of assholes, but they're infighting amongst each other. So it's not important to really distinguish them, aside from this is one group of assholes who want to control everything, and this is another group of assholes who want to control everything. So the specifics don't matter as much as the larger arc that they drive everything through. It could have been simplified? Oh, hell yes. But it's not where the most important things are centered. The problem, of course, with G-Witch is Ichiro Okuchi, again, relies too much on supplementary material to support the main series, instead of actually focusing on the main, into the main series.
Welcome to the Rhino Hotel.
Just go for it!
Doodlebug 4. Amanda Winley was a scriptwriter for the Project Arms dub, where she ad-libbed in some comical lines. Yo wanted to go from Gaijin to, alright boys, time to take a censored and get off the pot. Yeah. Amanda Winley, like, if it was in sense of what the, you know, like, obviously it's not what was in the original Japanese, but if it's in the sense that's not as bad as some other localization changes, like, it's early era anime dubbing, there could be some weirdness to it. Plus, I actually follow her on Twitter, and she's actually a very nice woman.
Oh yeah, she's like the cool, weird aunt, grandma, like Aunt Ma.
She keeps trying to get a cat cafe set up, and that's basically been her project for a while.
Yeah, and you know what? Good on her. Like, if she's trying to like help out kitties and stuff like that, like if that's what she wants to do with her time, then more power to her. Like,
Yeah, it's literally a cafe where cats are all around, and they'll come up to the guests, and you know they have the mutual pet. They can come up and get scritches.
yeah, because you know kitties are cute and stuff.
Black Century King, hey Des, do you think studios who work on Transformers need to go back taking risks with actors for Optimus? I don't think they should be as reliant on Peter Cullen. I know why they brought him back for several series, but it's just... the guy won a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's very up there in age. Let him rest.
Yeah, like, you know, Gary Chalk was really good and stuff, and it's just...
I forget the name of who voiced Optimus in Transformers RID, but he did a good job. He was as much drawing upon the same emphasis that Peter Cullen did for his voice, even though he wasn't Peter Cullen. But it's Peter Cullen is the definitive. That doesn't mean you can't have other interpretations. It's just you need to have that same sense to them for people to accept them. It's like in the not Prime Wars. Yep. The Combiner Wars, Titans Return, Power of the Prime's Machinima trilogy. Wasn't it the Epic Game guy on YouTube that did the voice? And I didn't think he was bad for that.
Yeah.
Here, Crystal, it was Neil Kaplan. Yep, thank you. I could not remember the name off the top of my head. I really wish Transformers RID 2001 would finally get redistributed. I don't know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure it's a rights ownership issue with the dub of it. Painter Kaijin, hey there, Shinta. What was your favorite enemy in Wonderful 101? Mine are the Descartes Scorpions. I don't remember.
I have no memory of this case.
Romanov, Transformers are apparently supposed to appear in Super Wars Z Saga, but the ones who own Transformers, that would be Takara and Hasbro, asked for too much money, so the Transformers were cut out. Which is what we've always thought about why Transformers has never seen much feature in the Super Robot Wars games. Kind of the same thing with Super Sentai and why they don't get featured much at all, because just Toei are kind of dicks about that, and they are the primary rights holders, not Bandai. Bradley Harris, wait, would Transformers be eligible for Super Wars considering they aren't piloted mechs?
Actually...
Mike Gine, Gal Gaigar, everything else from the Brave series, that used to be Takara owned. That was Takara's replacement for Transformers when they went out of vogue. So yes, Transformers fits in there because there are already all sorts of unpiloted, sentient, self-acting mecha in all types of robot anime that have seen feature.
Transformers Cybertron in a Robot Wars game. Our worlds are in danger.
Pretty much. And in fact, with the timing of when Z released, Transformers Cybertron was probably going to, as Transformers Galaxy Force, was probably the one they were going to do.
And, like, that would be such a perfect, like, entry to use for that Super Robot Wars. You know, like, just let Optimus meet, like, all these other robot pilots and give them encouraging words of wisdom.
Getting the mail. I am so fucking sick of political ads. Bradley Harris, okay, my bad. I didn't know Sentient Robots are already in SRW. I mean, I've reviewed one of the games completely, and the second one also that I'm doing right now also features them. That's the entire thing with the Mike Gine cast. Davis Hayden, I really like Chris Hemsworth's performance in Transformers 1. He understood the assignments and really gave a believable performance. That's all I will say in case no one else saw it yet. We're not going to see Transformers 1. We might catch it later. It's just like, I know we've been hearing it's good. We're still on the Michael Bay Formers burnout on that.
Like, although I did hear that the people who made the trailers for the movie need to get fired because the trailers do not in any way represent what the film's actually like.
Yeah, considering there's a scene where a larger Transformer goes to hit Orion Pax, and the character that would become Megatron catches the punch and goes, "Allow me," and then punches Orion in their stead.
Yeah.
So it's like, prevents legitimate damage, but still sees the punishment, and hey, this is actually a viable relationship to show the two were friends and comrades before the war broke them apart, as is the modern interpretation of the Megatron-Optimus relationship. So yeah, it understood the assignment. We still have baggage from the old days, which I think is going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome. It's just like so many years of bad movies. Movie reviews. Silly question, does the Outhouse count as an isekai-style series? Yes. Isekai is when you are transported to any world not your own. Hell, even if you're abducted by aliens and are in a futuristic technological setting, that still counts as isekai because you've been taken off your original world. It'll only work if there's the primary thrust of the series, not if it's just something that additionally happens in the show, though.
Farscape is my favorite isekai.
Yeah.
Also, if you've never seen Farscape, watch Farscape.
Yes. One of the best science fiction series ever made. Now, Stargate does technically not count as an isekai series. They just travel to other worlds as part of their day job. It's like an adventure series, not a hard isekai. Isekai is you're trapped there. One of my big problems with SRWX besides stories, you need more magic-based mecha. Specifically fantasy-based mecha, that's why I brought up in part 1 that there is a Magic Knight's rare-shaped hole in the entire story, which the only logic to why they didn't include Rare is just they couldn't secure the rights in time. Ergo, why it was in the next game. Critical, so Digimon counts as isekai. Adventure does. 02, since it's back and forth, not so much. Frontier, yes. Tamers, they have a story arc there, so no, because it's not the major thrust of the series. Adventure Reboot, also yes. Digimon Sabers, not really, since they spend more than half of it in Human World again. Cross Wars, yes. Cross Wars parts 1 and 2, at least. Not the, Hunters Who Left Through Time. Fair of Death, excuse me, Des, what about Babylon 5? No, because that's a series where you freely travel. Again, the issue is trapped in another world.
You could get isekais onto Babylon 5. I would...
Yes, when easy space travel to your home world is easily possible in the setting, and you're not consistently trapped in another part of the cosmos or plane of existence, it's not an isekai. That's just general space opera. Farscape is more of a space opera series, but in the sense of what isekai is defined as now, it also counts as one. It's like, yeah, space travel, but they're not going to and back from Earth in that series. Care of Death, not just Magic Knight's Rare, but also Vision of Escaflowne. That would have also been a very good one to use as a basis for X. It's just, there's a point. Vision of Escaflowne's story is very dense.
Yeah. But another one that could have been done, Panzerworld Gallant.
I know nothing about that show.
It's a far off. As far as I'm aware, I think it takes place on a far off planet, but nothing about it. Like the mechs are very fantasy based and stuff. Like
I've seen that they all look like knights, yeah. But I just don't know anything about the specifics of the storytelling.
I still want to pick up the series. Yeah, thanks to Sensei Homework, it's actually out on Blu-ray right now.
Yep.
It also popularized whip swords.
Dear Crystal, I don't understand why the Criterion Collection of Godzilla movies don't have the dubs. Exactly. It's like there's only a few that have any form of editing that's easy to fix.
One.
Like, it's only one or two that have those cuts. Otherwise, there's no reason to not have the dubs. Like, I sold all my original Showa-era movie DVDs that had the dubs on them because we were assured from the announcement of the Criterion Collection that they would include the dubs, and that turned up being a lie.
Which...
Monster Tamer AJ, did you guys see Some Call Me Johnny's Final Fantasy VIII review? No, I don't regularly watch Some Call Me Johnny. I've seen some of his videos, I just don't subscribe to him. Also, have either of you played it? I played it, it's not very good.
Hey, by the way, does anyone want to play Triple Triad?
The Final Fantasy VIII or Final Fantasy XIV versions of Triple Triad?
Yes.
I don't like this game.
Hey, do you know what I also don't like?
Let's take a break.
I also like really good puns.
Not Beautiful Joe 8. Thank you too. Shinta, did you watch Rose of the Captured? So what do you think about it? You came in late, we've been discussing that infrequently in streams for a while now, and it came up earlier. It's bad.
Aw, dang it, I hate...
Yeah, you didn't uppercut it.
I always remember hating this part as a kid. I knew I should have bought some bombs.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
No, really, that's our current problem.
Dear Crystal, that sounds like Kevin Michael Richardson. I was forgetting his specific name, but yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Who designed this?
An asshole. Oh my god! God damn it.
Romanov, okay, again, interesting question. Alexis, what's the worst isekai show you've ever watched? The chat is saying Sword Art Online. Yeah. The thing about Sword Art Online is it's so badly handled that the entire isekai boom is based off of, wow, this got popular? I can write a better story than this. and most other isekai actually are legitimately better than Sword Art Online.
Anyways,
Yo, man. What's up? What can I do for you, kiddo? I guess you heard I rule the roost around here. Am I right? Huh?
Oh man, don't flatter yourself. You're just another one of those old attractions in this movie land.
What? Wait a minute, Jack.
Hulk Davidson.
You need to tell me you knew this world was called Movie Land?
Harley Davidson, because motorcycles.
Huh?
I'm surprised I know a punk like you from the real world knew about
And then
that.
Hulk because green, but then he's Tyranno themed because, obviously, trademark infringement prevention.
Watch on your arm, man. What, you think you're some kind of mega man or something?
Pretty cool, huh? I'm here to avenge Captain Blue. Just call me... I haven't come up with a good name yet.
You know who I am? You know who I am? I'm the one who put that star on Captain Blue's face. Now you'll be lucky if you
Issue
get
advice. Ooh, who voices the main? He sounds so familiar. Main character? Actually, who does voice Joe?
I remember this fight taking me a few tries to get.
D. Bradley Baker. Anyway, that's in newer stuff. Who did it originally? No, yeah, this is D. This is D. Bradley Baker. Also in Japanese, he's voiced by Tomokazu Seki.
God, really?
He's everywhere.
I'm playing as Domon Kashu?
Bradley Harris. Sao didn't start the bad isekai trend, it popularized it. So many isekai copied Sao, it's not even funny. Yeah, pretty much. Because it was few and inconsistent, but usually good. Before Sao, you got ones that took original ideas and expanded on them, like the one-off virtual reality subplot of other series, Dot Hack, and, the Rockman.exe / Mega Man Bell Network series built entire franchise out of. I'm hiccuping in a moment. You have Aura Battler Dunbine and Mashin Hero Walkthrough and Monster Rancher and Digimon that were all early isekai series that played with it all in different ways. But then Sao started the lazy trend of just having it all based on gamer mechanics. And that's continued through so many of them, even though other series are a lot better at handling it. Because start to end, a lot of Sao is just ripping off ideas that were more fleshed out in Dot Hack. Like, it can't dissociate itself from that because Dot Hack was in development for years before Sword Art Online's creator Reki Kawahara put it up as a web novel. Dot Hack didn't rip off Sao. Sao wasn't actually truly a thing yet that everyone was paying attention to until Reki Kawahara's series Absol World actually put him on the map, and then he republished the web novels. Yeah, there's still fun that can be had with isekai series, like, we've been enjoying The Eminence in Shadow. That's a fun one to us because we play with it in the sense of the guy is living the isekai fantasy, but he's so oblivious about what's actually going on that he's actually he's the least interesting draw for a lot of it. It's everybody else that's actually appealing. To an extent. Like, there's fun to be had with the main character, but his goal of becoming a side character is actually kind of self-fulfilling. we like My Life is Villainous, All Routes Lead to Doom. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun is an isekai series. That's fun. It's not playing with the same game tropes. It's just the someone sent to another world stuff. There is fun to be had with the genre. It's just, it's oversaturated to hell. Hell, I still want to see my, the Reincarnated as a Slime series, but I want to get it on Blu-ray because I really like Brittany Karbowski as a voice actress, and I don't see her in enough stuff. HA5, as I keep saying, what annoys me about isekai nowadays is that they're all set in the same world. Or yeah, basically exploiting the same tropes about you free a slave to get a companion, you have this one exploitative cheat ability. That stuff, those are not the fun ones. The ones that can actually play with the actual expectations a bit, like Konosuba, those are the fun and more interesting ones.
Man wears a
Like, it has to be
scar
more
as
than a power
medal.
fantasy. You actually
Not to say
have
I
to
couldn't
be
win
engaged with the setting.
Of course.
Thus, Joe overcame the frightful power of Hulk Davidson. But on the blueprint that had fallen into his hands was outlined the most terrible of plans. The Shadow, seeking to stretch their evil.
Oh, yeah, the bad
power
guys
to
are called the
ocean
Shadow.
itself, had planted a bomb in the
Yeah, seems
underwater
legit.
city of Moon. Already, water was starting to flood the city. Thousands of lives were at risk. Joe had no choice but to abandon the search for Sylvia and race to rescue the innocents of Moon.
Dang, this is horrible.
Pure Crystal, I'm curious about the Red Ranger isekai, but I also think that's a power fantasy. Alexis has read the manga, it's not.
Trust me, it is anything but a power fantasy. If anything, it is made by somebody who has complete reverence and love for Super Sentai and Tokusatsu in general. And the hilarity comes from like this traditional fantasy setting, like being exposed to the Tokusatsu tropes for the first time. Like there's this there's this part where he whips out the team cannon and has all like these other knight characters like help him use it. And his main female companion is caught up in the post-explosion posing, and she's like, why are we all posing like this?
Because it's cool.
It's just that...
It plays with the tropes.
Yeah.
Again, it's the better ones are the ones that play with expectations and those tropes.
I don't want to spoil it too much for people who haven't read it, but if you are unsure about it, give it a read. It gets my high recommendation. It's like... And the fact that Studio Satellite is the one who's going to be animating the adaptation next year, perfect.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with that. Now, Henshin Hero stuff in animation is definitely going to have a big boom simply because of the Skull movie. Because that is going to sell out because everything related to Double sells out. Now, the only problem is whether the screenwriter of the movie will screw up the characterization like they did in Utopia.
I need to buy some boomerangs.
Let's get it on!
Yeah, so we're breezing by this really good. And you should all be glad that I'm the one playing right now, because if I wasn't playing, you know what would happen.
I'd be botching things, yeah.
No, you silly fool. The book.
Oh, yeah, you'd be exploiting the book. Emerald DC 46257, is Log Horizon one of the bad ones? No, Log Horizon is one of the good ones. It actually fully bleeds in. It fully establishes, like .hack does, what actually living in a setting where you're semi-permanently trapped in the game is like. You know, actually building a functioning economy, finding how to work things, and not, like, complicating things like death game or viral infection or the servers risking actual crashing. No. What do you do when you're actually trapped and have to live in a VR game? that might not be a VR game anymore. As it's a full exploration of the concept and not just playing with it for the setting, that is why it has merit as an original idea. Give me stand. Shotaro pulling a woman is the most unrealistic part of Futopia, considering how he acted in Double. Because damn it, everything is bi about this.
Shotaro has two hands, people. You're not thinking. We're living in the future, okay? You gotta think big game here.
Also, considering he several times flirted with other women and they just weren't that into him, it's like, this is fine. This is reflective of canon. Even though everyone would prefer to go because damn it, everything is gay about this because of Shotaro and Philip's relationship. The fact that Futopia actually acknowledges that Philip might be gay for Shotaro and finally coming to understand those feelings in Futopia actually makes it fit all the better. But yeah, as I said, part of the problem with Futopia is it really does not... The person doing the script adaptation really does not understand the characters, so they emphasize the wrong things than what the series did. Alongside, you know, people not catching that anytime they were using the half-boiled thing, it was them not understanding what Shotaro was about. And that hard-boiled is about being yourself and have unwavering convictions about being yourself. So yeah, even though Shotaro is a goofy goober, he actually is hard-boiled because he doesn't pretend to be anyone but himself. It defies. I was gonna say this part makes me miss when Sentai had vehicles, but then I remember Gira had one for like one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, King Oger was like that because it was more focused on the story than actually throwing out unneeded toy accessories. And considering King Oger sold like gangbusters, according to actual retailers and Taka, who runs Pogetsu Toys Japan, yeah, they really didn't need it. Like, I bought all the Shoe God souls. Still have to work out this, creating a display stand for them, but I gotta do that in CAD, and I suck at computer-aided design programs.
Bomb the bombs!
Goldengar, honestly, with her role as a bit of a femme fatale, Takumi is basically Shotaro's equivalent to Irene Adler, even if Double is not a one-to-one with Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is a different genre from detective noir.
But I get what he's saying, though.
Yeah. Like, those are definitely detective novels, but they were written before detective noir was a thing. And detective noir has a lot of examples of female supporting/secondary characters. One of the biggest ones in my mind, of course, being Nora Charles, the deuteragonist of the Thin Man movies, which I adore. I try and watch them every other year because they are 6 very good movies from the 30s and 40s.
Move on!
Joe must go on. I would tell you guys a lot of more movie-based puns in this episode, in this stream, but they were really bad. Get it? Really bad. You know, didn't make the cut. Acknowledge right puns, dang it!
Hey, where you going?
You're not acknowledging me. That's it. Going full super villainous.
QB stand, I want the King Oger mecha. Mediocre reviews saying...
Just
I honestly recommend just buying the Mini Plus sets. They're cheaper, they're smaller, they fit better on your desks or shelves, and you can build them yourselves. And it's like, I do mean they are ridiculously cheaper for the same sort of quality as the extras. Monster Tamer AJ, did you guys watch Gotchard? Sorry if you've answered this before, I just started listening to the theme with Rainbow Gotchard and so uplifting. I've heard that theme, it is good. We did not watch Gotchard, we did not want to get into the card collection gimmick because we just generally don't have the money for it. Plus, we skipped over Geeks for the most part until recently, so we weren't exactly following them all that well. We watched Geeks' tie-in movies, including the Gotchard one last night, because they finally got redistributed, and honestly, we didn't hate what we saw of Gotchard. We just weren't really vibing with it, and we heard that the show is written very inconsistently.
I hate these cowboy fucks.
Made reviews. I think those film buds need another take.
See? My goal is to make sure everybody gets into the fun game as much as I am. And so the whole world will fun. This is a wonderful world. So no reason to panic, people, but if I were to start a hiring process for a bunch of henchmen, would anybody be interested?
No. A couple people in the chats are talking about Gav as being good. My problem is I have zero tolerance for lore-based body horror, so anything that involves eating things for power-ups or just like any type of gimmick, I can't stand it. This is not against the show, it's just why I can't really feel like engaging with it without having issues. And that is 100% a me thing. Bone Girl, I feel like Corona would love this game. It's got so much negativity.
Still negativity.
Bradley Harris, I've been watching Saber and I've gotten Cross Saber and Queen is good, so and they don't get like Cross Saber as a lazy repainted Saber's base form. I don't see it. Probably because it's just the base form, but with a new coat of paint. It's inconsistent whether those are received well whenever they happen. And it's like, the paint job is not cheap, and it sold itself well when it was in action, but a lot of people were just not on, oh hey, we're going back to the base form after all these really wild forms. Base form is the base design. I think people reconsidered it mainly because of Almighty Saber, just it not handling well that go back to the base form, but powered up for the character's absolute final form. Like, I think Ultimate Bahamut looks better than Almighty Saber. It's like, I think part of the problem for Cross Saber was people thought it was just going to be the base form, but then they started using the initial books again, and it got better for a lot of people. Like, Crimson Cross Saber, that is perfect. Thank you, Sue. I'm sure you won't like next Boom Booter episode since it's going to have Train Dorks in it. They're not being written by Yasuko Kobayashi, and it's been proven that when anyone else writes the Tokudra cast, like in the Super Sentai Greatest Battle Special right before Ryu Soldier, that they can be turned into decent characters. It's just Yasuko Kobayashi's nonsense that made them a big problem. So, it could end up turning out decent, it could still be terrible, we don't know. Akira Nijino, though, was probably the best character in Tokyo, so emphasizing him in it is not a bad idea.
And plus, he's the only other Orange Ranger that we know about, so...
I thought there was somebody else that got orange. Or maybe that was extraneous stuff that did orange. Oh yeah, it says, Tesori Orange from, Q Ranger.
Oh, that explains it. It was Q Ranger. Why would I remember it?
Yeah. Battle Cossack has apparently been retconned into being orange, even though he's a yellow-coated key. Zero Bird from Zooger, their 7th Ranger. And then Deca Swan is technically categorized as an orange ranger, even though she has a white ranger key. Oh, yeah, rangers commonly associated with orange, but no specific, stylized color. And then there's Orange Lily from Kaku Ranger. So yeah, there's been a couple, but not a lot. HJ5, okay, can I say that I'm already tired of the recent trend of Final Episode forms, which is just the main form with a slightly different item? Yeah. Bandai hasn't... No, specifically Toei has not been handling that well at all. Like, the fact that Gates didn't actually do that, but just brought back the initial forms for a final battle because they just utilized their power-ups so well, that's probably been the best utilization of them.
So this boss always annoyed me as a kid.
But Alexis, I thought you were all for Finny Fun.
Not this kind. Grand Bruce.
Hey, mate! I knew you. You're the one who foiled my wonderful, bomb plot, yeah. But, mate, you better not be thinking you can just hop on the long...
Peter Views, I thought the puppet from Tokyo was the best character. Actually, he was, but, like, of the Sentai members of the team.
Wait. That sub goes to your hideout?
No, never mind, okay? But yeah, you have to know, mate. We need that girl for our dastardly plan to escape.
David Satan, was Battle Cossack mentioned in Orange Rangers? Had to step out for a second and miss the full explanation. Yeah, he's technically an Orange Ranger, but his Ranger key is coded as yellow, because he was basically the only one at the time of
What are you
Gokaiger.
yapping about? Escape Movie Land. Ugh, what idiot.
Boy, you best shut up, mate. Otherwise, I'll chew your hindquarters like a big stick of you know, the gum.
Gum. G-U-M. Gum. Gosh, do I have to spell it out on a chalkboard for you?
Yeah.
Ryan Gold, speaking of Platinum Games, I hope that Project GG game is still in development. I have heard nothing about that. But then again, I don't hear much about Platinum Games in general. Media reviews. Is he called Bruce because of Jaws? Bruce is what they named the shark animal like
I believe
upset the
so.
film.
Yeah, this is why I hate the boss. I got it!
You hate him because he's jawsome.
Hey, where you going?
That is a Street Sharks reference. That is not just a pun, that is a Street Sharks reference.
You see what I have to put up with? This man who puns all the time? How could you?
You hate me for stealing your bit.
Don't you mean you're my... You bit off a little more than you could chew. For the love of donkeys!
Media reviews. Quick, get the shark repellent bat spray.
Like, see that? Like, it's just
How do
underwater...
you escape that? Yeah.
Yeah, underwater mechanics plus, like, that shit.
And for the piranhas. Don't forget the piranhas. How do you drain the tank? Also, the fact this soundtrack is riffing on the Jaws theme. Earlier, wait, so how is Joe breathing underwater with an open helmet?
He has his visors up. That means you know he's serious.
Yeah, the visor coming down fully seals the helmet. The Horn Shuriken. The fact his health keeps regenerating too.
That's because he... Yeah. dead. Oh.
One left.
Ah, dang it!
Cut! Ready? Action!
You haven't done this in years.
Yeah. But yeah, there was one thing about Viewtiful Joe that I didn't quite vibe with was like how some of the bosses like could get annoying like this, you know.
You're confused, just like every other movie shark, Bruce refuses to simply stay dead.
Remember Jaws for the Revenge?
Remember the voodoo shark?
The what?
Yes. It is canon in the Jaws movies that the reason why Jaws keeps coming back is because of a voodoo curse.
Like, guys! Like, I hate this.
I don't think the boss would be as bad if it didn't regenerate.
Yeah.
Like, at bare minimum, once you break down a bar, you should be able to go back above that bar.
Cut! Ready? Action!
So we now come to the real question. Women versus sharks. Oh, I just noticed that. One of the things he threw up was a replica of the Typhoon belt for Kamen Rider Ichigo.
And a rear fender for some reason.
I mean, he wants to be a tiger shark. Die, shark, die!
Stay on target.
Yes! I have killed the shark!
Do.
Did you just...
You ought to watch your big mouth until you know you're gonna win. Although, in your case, the big mouth isn't exactly your fault.
Joe emerges triumphant after his first Marine battle. The lives of the underwater residents have been saved. Suddenly, the submarine begins to move forward. Without a moment to spare, Joe leaps onto the submarine.
Hey, wait up! Oh, come on! I want to go too!
Will this trail eventually lead to Sylvia? Will the ship become the next Noah's Ark for Joe? Or will he become the next bait for Moby Dick? To find out, don't miss the next installment of Viewtiful Joe, The Viewtiful Escape.
But why would you want to live in a yellow submarine?
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. So any other questions?
Just the chat hanging out, discussing the merits of Highlander the series. And again, there's a reason I made that comparison. It's like the original Highlander television series was fairly decent for what it was.
I gotta save up for that.
Yeah.
Let's get it on!
During the count, Bruce shall return with a robotic body and start reciting haikus.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't get that one either.
The Viewtiful Escape. What's that? Joe is the boss?
Bring it on!
In the main.
Oh, that's a Skybite reference from Transformers RAD 2001.
Ow.
Yeah, I missed that one.
How long are we going for?
Hour 40. So Joe got out of the back of the submarine. Why are they're not even torpedoes, they're rockets. Why would rockets be being launched that from the submarine? Regardless, why are they heading towards the rear of the vessel instead of the front?
I don't know. Listen, who am I to judge what bad guys do?
I think you need to jump on top of the missile to get it all the way up there.
Ah, dang it.
Cover platform.
Yep.
Prize vs. Crown. I guess I'm the franchise ruined by 4 kids. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, dang it. Come on! Am I gonna die to via missiles? Whatever.
Cut! Ready? Action!
Just go for it!
Anchorman with the anchor plan. Man, you don't see games do that very often.
Just flip the entire level upside down?
Yeah. Just because Like, this has a game design it takes. David, I've heard of a helmsman, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Move on! Just go for it! Just go for it!
That should be easier.
One. One of these two. I chose wisely.
Yeah. If you play as cool, your character can exceed charge.
Exceed charge.
You can get those sodas. Also topical because of the Figurized 5 Blaster. We're gonna go back to the bridge to invert the submarine again.
Again, it's been a long time. It's been a while.
So you have to move down. I think it's all the way to the right.
Yeah.
There it is, start key down.
That's right, Joe.
Who are you? I'm you, only more handsome.
It's like, that's right, I'm you, you're me, and this is a gun. Another Joe!
You see, I am you and you are me, and we are all together.
Are you a hero in this world too? Whoa, hey, what's your problem? Alright, fine, let's settle this. We don't need two heroes wearing red anyway. Whoever wins has to change into a yellow outfit. Okay?
Just go for
And
it!
Mentor's blue, he's red, yellow fits.
Let's settle this, Baker.
Baker? Me? Ha! You're not good enough to be my fate.
What?
That's right. I'm you, you're me, and this is a gun.
Ow.
Hey, that's the Shocker Rider's spin attack.
No more Henshin. I'll take your role, Joe, and I'll make a whole bunch of unnecessary pretty spin-offs off based on you.
That's right, Joe. It was me! It was me the whole time!
It was me, Barry. It was me who only really loves you. Oh, sugar.
It was the Black Joel all along.
And now we're sinking.
We're gonna have to run up the entire ship to escape the flood.
Yep.
Immediately. Condition red. Warning.
Ah, good thing I stopped those years earlier.
Yep. Good thing the game remembers that they're stopped.
Oh yeah.
I have a joke, I'll save it for later. Okay, I can say it now.
What?
Tora, Tora.
The close contest with the mysterious opponent.
Chad, I'm gonna have to kill this guy. I'm gonna end this guy.
From a sinking submarine.
Are you trying to cock my pillow?
Lesson. But there are many more difficult trials that will present themselves to Joe. What hardships will he face? And does he have the strength to overcome? Will he find the hideout in time before the dark rituals take place? And who was
Bradley, so is Joe getting his persona now or what?
who appeared then disappeared like lightning? Find out in the next episode, The Midnight Thunder Boy.
Okay, we passed the point. You want to end here or you want to keep going?
We can end it here after I save.
Yeah, this is a good place to stop to make a couple streams.
Yeah. Oof, man.
It's like there's what, 10 stages?
I think there's actually only 8, so like we
Okay, so yeah, we're about halfway through the game.
pretty much, yeah. So I figure like another stream or two.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Just fair warning, next week is Prime Week 2. I will be out of it by the end of next weekend, so we'll see how things go.
Yeah, Prime Week 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep. Later, guys.
Later.